Hey guys, Nats here. Welcome back to Book Chats with Nats, and we're doing a monthly TBR video for June. That seems insane. I say it every month, but how are we doing the TBR for June? So those of you who are new here or new to Booktube, TBR videos are when we pick the books we're going to read, or at least attempt to read, hope to read in the next month. So, without further ado, I have these new poker TBR cards. They're so cool. I got them from Etsy. I will link the seller below in the description box. It's so much fun to have a new way to find my TBR because I was using my TBR prompts that I'd written and I was just over it. So now I have a card deck. Looks like this. How cute. I'm obsessed. And yeah, they're just like a normal card deck. And there's prompts like read a book that became a movie or a series. Super cool. There's 52 prompts. And this will keep me going for a few months. I'm excited. And I haven't really looked through it, so I don't fully know what prompts we're going to be working with. So I'll be pulling 6 prompts to go with 6 books, and this shelf here, these are all the books that I've already read, and then this is functioning as a TBR cart, if you will. These are all the books that I haven't read. So rather than putting them all into a cart and having half my shelves bare, I just thought I would have half my shelves covered with my books that I've read, and my books that I haven't read could go over here. I just thought that was a good idea. So we'll just be choosing from this selection. These are actually my Christmas books. So I've got them now, waiting for December. I've got like Adam Kay, 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas. I've got The Christmas Cottage and some other ones. They will be for December. So everything else is up for grabs. All right, so prompt number 1. What have we got? A book with a strong female protagonist. A book with a strong female protagonist. All right. This one's jumping out at me straight away because it has been recommended to me so often and I've seen so many positive reviews. It is, of course, Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. I have yet to read any Kristen Hanna. I know, apparently she's amazing. The Nightingale, The Great Alone, The Four Winds, and Winter Garden. Not gonna lie, when I purchased this book, it was the beautiful like sunset colors that really drew me in. And it does sound amazing. And of course, we have a strong female protagonist because it's about 2 sisters, Meredith and Nina Whitson. They're as different as sisters can be. So they come together, they're estranged, but they come together at their father's deathbed to hear their cold, disapproving mother, Anya, that spans 65 years from war-torn Leningrad in the 1940s to modern-day Alaska. So they're brought together by a story so unexpected and extraordinary that when Meredith and Nina finally learn the secret of their mother's past and uncover a truth so terrible, it will shake the very foundation of the family and who they think they are. I love that. So 2 sisters, strong female protagonists, we assume and hope. Very optimistic that this will be amazing because, like I said, it's had epic reviews. I don't read a lot of historical fiction. I love thrillers. That's my number 1. But I do dabble in other genres and occasionally historical fiction. Number 2, prompt number 2. A book with a male protagonist. So we had our strong female and now we've got our male protagonist. Let's see. Oh, okay. I really want to read Beautiful Ugly. This cover, isn't that stunning, the silver? Love Alice Feeney. I've read Rock, Paper, Scissors by her, and I want to work my way through all of her backlist. I've got another Alice Feeney here somewhere. Sometimes I Lie is in there somewhere, but I really wanted to read this. This has been, looking at this, since I purchased it, every day. I was like, yeah, this is definitely, no matter what prompt, we're going to make it work. So it's about a man, our male protagonist, like our prompt said, is an author called Grady Green. He's having the best day of his life. He calls his wife with some exciting news, but then she slams on her brakes, gets out of her car, and then nothing. He finds her car by a cliff edge, headlights are on, and the driver door is open. Her phone is still there, but she has disappeared. A year later, he's still overcome with grief and desperate to know what happened to Abby. He can't sleep, he can't write, so he travels to a tiny Scottish island to try to get his life back on track. And there he sees the impossible, a woman who looks exactly like his missing wife. That sounds right up my alley. The fact that he goes to a deserted Scottish island is just, I love books set in Scotland or Ireland, especially in like a deserted location. And we love Alice Feeney. So I have a very, very good feeling about this one. Love the cover. Lisa Jill, who I love, has said her best ever, a work of genius. And that's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people say it's one of Alice Feeney's best. It came out recently. I think it's her latest. Pretty sure it was released in January. So it's a newbie. All right. Number three. A book with a blue cover. That's green, not blue. You know what? I knew it. So this is actually a blue cover. It may have a yellow spine, but it's a blue cover, and it is by the wonderful Lisa Jill, one of the best thriller authors, one of my absolute favorites. I've been recommended this before. I did a video where I said Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jill was a favorite from last year, and I asked you guys for other Lisa Jill recommendations, and someone said The Night She Disappeared. So this has been on my radar for a while. I purchased it after it was recommended to me. It's just been sitting there for a few months. So it is now time. It is, of course, about a missing young woman. A teenage mum heads out on a date in the summer of 2017, leaving her baby son at home with her mother. At 4:30, her mum awakens to discover her daughter has not come home. Friends tell her that she was last seen heading to a pool party in the woods, and she never returns. So sad, and kind of sounds very similar to Then She Was Gone. That seems like a very similar book, also by Lisa, which I loved. So I'm happy to read another similar book by Lisa. All right, what are we up to? Prompt number 4. So we've got 2 thrillers and a historical fiction. Prompt number 4 is a book that you think will be 5 stars. Okay, we have some contenders for this one. The Favourites by Lane Fargo. I've heard amazing things about that, but I'm really in the mood for another thriller. That's my main genre of choice, and I feel like lately I've just been reading a lot of heavier books and dramatic books. I'm reading A Little Life at the moment, still trying to work my way through that one. So I just really want to get back into reading like all thrillers. And then we've got Winter Garden, but I want another thriller. And I'm thinking, The Last Passenger. All right, The Last Passenger by Will Dean. So Francesca's books here on Booktube. She loves thrillers, and she said this is one of her favourite books of all time. She gave it a 5 stars. She loves it. She always recommends it. She's read so many thrillers. So the fact that she said this is a 5-star, one of her favourites, I'm very optimistic that this will be a 5-star. Kaz Ripley, a cafe owner from a small, ordinary town, boards the RMS Atlantica with her boyfriend Pete and 1,000 fellow passengers destined for New York. The next morning, she wakes up to discover that everyone on board has disappeared. That's just the beginning. She must prepare for a crossing that will be anything but plain sailing. Heading into summer now. It's almost summer. And for us living over here in this part of the world, it is almost summer. So this is a very summery vibe. Cruise ship, perfect summer thriller. All right, we've got 4 Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, number 5 is a book that takes place in a dystopian world. All right, I know what to pick. Yes, you are here. I knew you were here. It is, of course, I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. This is a dystopian or a speculative piece of fiction or literary fiction. So deep underground, 39 women live imprisoned in a cage, watched over by guards. These women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only vague recollections of their lives before. As the burn of electric light merges day into night and numberless years pass, a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. But soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above. I've heard amazing things. Once again, this one always gets 5-star ratings from people, and it's not a thriller, but even thriller lovers have said that this is like a 5-star read. So yes, excited. It's nice and short. Sometimes you just want a short book, especially after reading A Little Life, which is 900 pages. I'm enjoying it, but yeah, we'll read something short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's see. What have we got? A book with an illustrated cover. A book with an illustrated cover. So with drawings on it. Is that? No, it's a photo. A book with an illustrated cover. Maybe this. Or what else have we got? Is it illustrated? Yeah. All right. Yeah, all right. Okay. A book with an illustrated cover, and I've pulled out Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekurlak because I've been dying to read this for ages. It's been sitting on my shelf, and every time I see it, I'm like, that's next. And then something else happens, but this is next. Jason Rekurlak's Hidden Pictures with a drawing of a house, so it is an illustrated cover. This gets amazing reviews from thriller lovers. Mallory is delighted to have a new job looking after gorgeous 5-year-old Teddy. She's been sober for a year and a half, and she's sure her new nannying role in the affluent suburbs will help keep her on the straight and narrow. That is until the kid Teddy starts drawing disturbing pictures involving a woman who is dead. Apparently they confiscate his crayons, but the pictures keep coming, telling the frightening story of a murdered woman, and they get more and more sophisticated. But if Teddy isn't drawing them, who is? This is, yeah, like I said, this gets amazing reviews, and the paperback has the drawings in here. Like, come on. That is it. So we've got, just to recap, hold on, bring these over. To recap, let's just order these. All right, we'll go with these first. To recap, we've got 4 thrillers, and then we've got Chris and Hannah, Winter Garden, and then I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. So a very exciting selection of books here. I'm guessing that there will be at least half of these getting a 5-star. I'm predicting this will be a 5-star, and this will be a 5-star, and hopefully this, maybe this, honestly, and this. These could all be 5 stars, which is very exciting. I don't know if I've ever been this excited about a TBR. I feel like last month was just intimidating, but this one just is exciting. So cannot wait. I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, let me know down below if you've read any, what you ranked, what you rated them, what your thoughts were. If you've read Chris and Hannah, which ones? What did you think? I'm pretty sure most people have read I Who Have Never Known Men. I'm very late to the party on that. Have you read Alice Feeney's? Just let me know. Chat below. And I will see you in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.